of Becoming Next Level Lucy. This week has been a big one. Not only have I spent some time with amazing people that inspire me, I'm going to share a little bit more about that in a minute, but I have also launched my brand new website, lucysuperfox.com. Now, as you may see, there is a Scottish Mickey Mouse in the back of this video. That is because Ben and Nicola have left half their house at our house. So if you would like 2 large Mickey Mouses, please DM me and let me know. But yeah, stay tuned, plug into this week. I'd love to know what you think. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all soon. So this week we launched my website. Courses live, Next Level Life. This is a 12-week intensive mindset and personal development program, which gives you access to my members site. You can check out all the details on the website, lucysuperfox.com/courses. Then, on top of that, you can access my coaching, so either my accountability coaching and or my breakthrough calls.
Hello. Don't have my trusty cameraman for the next few days. So he's reminding me that I need to film stuff, otherwise what's the point of making a YouTube series? So yeah, I'm off into town to get a coffee with the gorgeous Kate. Catch up, bit of normality, sit in the sun. Still wearing a coat though. It's definitely cold enough. And then this afternoon I've got a real mixed bag today actually, of all sorts of stuff going on. So I've got a couple of accountability coaching calls this morning, and then later on tonight is Arbor night. So Mondays and Thursdays, like, as a team, we really plug in together and, you know, really focus on building our business in kind of 2 solid blocks. Because the thing is, building a business in network marketing is not something that takes hours and hours every day. It's not a full-time job, right? It's something that you can do in pockets of time once you know what you're doing. So yeah, Mondays and Thursdays, and then yeah, exciting weekend tomorrow. I am off to the seaside for the day and to see some of my favourite people, and I can't wait.
So you work with a lot of business owners, and someone starting a business and wanting to be successful, what's like the best bit of advice you'd give them to help them be successful?
Look at who you're spending your time with. I massively underestimated the impact of this, and when I changed my social circle, the way I thought changed, the way I spoke changed, the way I did things changed, who I was transformed, I changed the way I looked, you know, and that's not because I was trying to become anyone different, as in other than an improved version of myself, but because these people were speaking vision into me, belief into me, passion into me. They were sharing what they were doing, and it was so inspiring that it allowed me to step into a more inspiring version of myself. And I think we see a lot of these like memes and gifs about, they're a bit disrespectful really, a bit harsh about, you know, cutting people out of your life and that kind of thing. And ultimately it's not about, you know, drawing a line and going, oh sorry, I'm never going to see you again because you don't inspire me, but instead just being smart about who you spend your time with and where you spend your energy. And if you're investing your time in people that don't lift you up, that don't support your goals, that aren't in the direction where you want to be going, then you're probably not going to be going anywhere fast. But it doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely. It just means that you also need to spend energy and time with people that are on the same path as you.
A walk in Bluebell Woods today with the amazing Carly and the little dogs. Oh, it's so nice to be outside.
So there's not like a particular type of person you should spend your time with, and you're saying that even if those people aren't like on your same wavelength and really like pushing you to do more, you shouldn't have to cut them off. Just maybe monitor the time that you're with them and like don't be with them all the time. Is that correct? Or
yeah, I think sometimes we hang out with people out of habit, or like, you know, like friendship circles. And I definitely think this is a trait of entrepreneurs. We don't have big friendship circles. And it's not because we don't like people. In fact, most entrepreneurs love people, and actually what we're doing as businesses is creating solutions for people because we love people, right? We're often very extroverted or introverted extroverts. We love spending time with people. It's more that we are evolving and changing. You have to be, if you want to be a successful business owner, there's no one and done. There's no read a personal growth book and now I'm finished. Because entrepreneurship and personal growth is such a never-ending evolving journey, what happens as a result of that is you continue to evolve and change. And if the people around you aren't on that same journey of evolving and changing, what you're going to find is you're just not going to have the same stuff in common. You're just not going to resonate the same way. It doesn't mean you have to cut those people out of your life, but you're just, if you're really truly on a pursuit to living a totally next level life, you can't spend the time and the energy and the focus with people who don't want that, because it's never going to happen for you, because what we are, what we become, right? What we surround ourselves, we become, right? And that quote, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, you know, spend time with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. That is because their beliefs then become your beliefs. So if you're spending time with people that believe that, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, or they believe that you're only supposed to get a proper job, or they believe that, you know, you're only supposed to do that and you're supposed to have kids by the time you're 27, you're probably going to be that 6th person that has kids by 27, right? Whereas if you spend time with people who are all doing different things, have a variety of beliefs, are driven in different directions, then that's going to allow you to step into that creative process and be who you want to be. So I'm not saying don't spend time with those people. I'm saying instead really like curate your own life. This is something that, this is what a next level life is, right? It's being the person who says, I am in charge of my life, I create my life, I create my results, I create what happens, rather than just being a happy accident because of the people that you spend the most time with.
The question for you is, you have such structure, and you kind of like, I feel like you've got loads of knowledge, and you have like all this structure in your life. How do you create that? As a person for myself, I'm not that structured, so I'd love to know how you kind of create that.
Oh, that's so
Structure.
interesting. Do you know what it is? I think it's because I thrive on structure. But I'm not as structured as people think. I think I'm actually quite fluid in how I run my day and my diary, and I just have certain things that are like, I call them like, what do you call, goalposts.
Yeah.
So I have like something in the, like a line in the sand in that I'm like, okay, cool, Monday nights is for that, Thursday nights is for that. So I set boundaries around things. And then the structure does kind of flows based on how I feel. And that's something I've learned a lot through obviously Arbonne, is just becoming more in tune with how I feel rather than making myself do stuff. But I think when it comes to like taking my knowledge and applying it, honestly, I'm not structured at all. Like when we built this website, I was just literally sat there and I went, babe, I'm ready. And he was like, what for? And I was like, to build the website. I knew what to write, and I just literally sat and I just believe that's because I was aligned and I was ready. And so I think it looks from the outside that you maybe have everything together and it's anal and organised, but actually if you're fully aligned with what you're doing, it just flows. So
I've got a question for you. So, when you have, it's a completely different thing. When you have, you know, when you become aware of your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
I believe like through personal development and things, you become aware of your thoughts. Like, and I can have like a fearful thought or an anxious thought. What is the best way to deal with those thoughts in the moment?
well, one, you have to catch them.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing, I think, is being able to catch them, because I definitely, more to do with my health than anything else in my life, or I might catch myself telling a story of what's going on in the world and allowing myself to excuse myself. But with my health, I catch myself saying things that aren't what I want, but you have to be able to catch it. So this is where you have to get out ahead of it, right?
Yeah.
So in order to calm and quiet your mind to be able to hear what you're saying, you have to do something where you're fully present in the moment, because then you know what it's like to not be thinking. So that's where, like, obviously recently I started meditating, but where working out was that for me for like however many years, that was what that did for me. But I think unless you can get out ahead of it, you're always trying to catch it when the dominoes are already down. And that's like when the Daily Mail says, oh, don't eat a biscuit out of the biscuit tin, go for a walk instead. Like, you're never going to go for a walk when you want a biscuit, right? But if you've gone for the walk in the morning and cleared your mind, when you get a bit stressed later on, you're more likely to not to be able to catch that thought of still want a biscuit and go, actually no I don't, I'm good. So I think it's getting out ahead of it, being really aware. And then I heard a great thing on Taylor Swift's documentary.
I love Taylor Swift.
I am obsessed with her. She's so fucking badass. But she said, we don't do that anymore. We change the channel. And I love that. It's like when she catches herself, she says, we change the channel.
Yeah,
and obviously,
that's what I would feel like I would
love
do
that.
as well. You change the channel, but sometimes I'm confused whether I'm just... I'm very aware of not avoiding things.
Yeah.
But
don't you think the voice is different? So I think it sounds different. I think there's a different... I don't know where, not how I hear it, but when it's from here, it's more of a feeling thought that's like, I'm like, I don't feel good, or I don't, like, we had a moment yesterday, I was like, I don't feel good about this doesn't feel right. But then up here it's like, I don't feel good, I don't like, it's like they're different.
Yeah, I agree.
So this would be like avoiding it, this is just chatter.
Yeah, agreed. I like that, thank you.
So, what's your worst habit? Do you have any bad habits? What's your worst? It's got to be one.
But it's not like what people think. It's not like, people say, oh, it's smoking, it's drinking, it's being lazy, it's none of that. My worst habit is trying to rush everything. It's trying to start something and then expect the end result to appear straight away. Like, I can be quite impatient, and I think I wouldn't call it instant gratification, because it's not about that. It's about seeing the fruits of my labor. Like, it's not about getting an instant win. It's more about just seeing that it's gonna work. You know, I'm happy to bide my time as long as I believe it can work or it's going to happen. I think it's the same with weight loss, with business, doesn't matter what it is. I think for me, that's my worst habit, is trying to be in a rush. And my biggest lesson of 2020, I got stung a few times just trying to rush things that shouldn't have been rushed. And I can see that now. And so I'm done trying to control everything, trying to control the outcome of things. And so I just have to remind myself when I get over like that, just to surrender it up and trust that there's a bigger plan, and that if I keep doing the work, if I do all the things I'm supposed to do, and I believe and I have great energy and I'm focused and I'm intentional, what I want is inevitable.